And the best part about it is not just an Omegaverse with smut, it's an Omegaverse with plot and smut. Okay? So you know it's good. I don't know if it's because I'm stupid, but I washed these, and by wash them, I mean, like, I took a toothbrush to them, like, I was, like, the thingy says, and I, like, took the bristles, and I rubbed or whatever, in warm, soapy water, and now it's just wet, and I left it on this paper towel so it can, like, dry, or whatever. My thing now is, I can't use these until they're dry, because I'm afraid to know what happens if you know, do all of that. But like, my other thing is, right? Behave yourself. Actually, where's the case? I know I threw it down here somewhere. When you watch, I don't know who else, but like, you watch Baddies, East. And I'm just wondering, yeah? All those, like, fans, where are they? Like, when they take videos of, like, the baddies entering, or all those fans, where do they post it? I need the angles, because some of these fights that be happening in front of the fans, they got angles. These fans got angles in these fights. But the angles, I'm saying if Zeus was smart, they, research and find out who has what video, because I'm pretty sure it gets posted on streaming at some point, and then give them like, hey, we'll pay you blah blah to use this footage. Because some of the angles that they be getting, from what I can see, it's like Christian on the bus all over again in the middle of that fight with the camera doing like this. Oh my god, that's great. That is perfect. Okay, so let's just go back to where I was just like, what the fuck? Here is what's up. And I mean this in the most, like, what's up version of what's up. Smyrna and Capri is just chef's kiss. Smyrna and Capri has, let me see, 62 chapters right now. And also my heart. I love me a good Omegaverse. I love a good Omegaverse. When the Omegaverse eats, when the Omegaverse actually devours, edge of my seat, tears in my eyes, rolling down my cheeks. And that is Smyrna and Capri, right? It's like a basic summary of Smyrna and Capri. I gotta make this respectful. Okay, so they're enemy countries. Well, he's a duke he's a duke of I know I'm gonna mess these names up, but he's a duke, and in this one kingdom, and then he's like a prince in this other kingdom. But then, like, they're ones in this kingdom the duke, right? So he invades, and they have a war, and it's like horrible, and so he captures him, and then like it happens to be the same night that he has to find like Capri, someone to mate with, so he can produce an heir, because he has to eat this. By the way, yeah, I just missed the part where he has to eat this like thing, and it gives him like the mark on his tummy, and like that gives you like, so you can have a kid. And they are just, listen, the fighting to the king, to the fighting to the king, to the fighting to the king, to the fighting to the running away together, to having your child, to boom, them having another child, to him keeping secrets, to him coming back for him, because yeah, they're not enemies to, it's okay, so it's enemies to lovers, to pretending to still be public enemies while secretly being finding our awkward and understanding what this might be. It might be emotions because we're not sure how to deal with those yet, to them being lovers and fighting on the same side against, oh, there's this other guy that we hate. He's blonde. And we hate him because he's trying to disrupt our ship. And we like our ship. We love our ship. So for him to keep messing up our ship, we don't like him. Also, you think getting shot down so many times he'd learn his lessons, but no, he didn't learn nothing. And it's funny to me, because he ain't got not one, not two, not three. But he trying to conspire with the king. And it's like, yeah, I get it. You don't like the family. You don't like the first family. And I get that so much. But also, like you said, they're the backbone of this country. Like the emperor himself said that they're the backbone of this country. They're like the founding army or whatever. They were the founding families. So sit down. Okay. I don't know what you thought you was when you did what you did. But I'm about to spoil this liquor for y'all because y'all need to understand how much I love this. Chapter 66 came out. I think it was, let me see. Chapter 66 came out February 16th. I read it on February 18th, and I cried my eyes out because I was on a cliffhanger from the one before, and then this one. I've been crying for the past, 3 chapters. 64, 65, 66. I've been crying for those 3 chapters because when I tell you I've been holding my breath, and I'm still holding my breath, but it's a good kind of hold your breath, you know? Not like when something's, you're like, oh my god, can this get any more cringe? No, it's like, oh my god. Are we really, like for real? Like, oh my god. Like, tears were in my eyes. Tears. Because what do you mean? What do you mean? I need you to, not do that ever again. Right? So that's why, my mama recommendation just happens to be one that's Yahweh, but also not Yahweh. Okay, it's BL, and it's a megaverse, and it's historical, smut. The art is gorgeous, as you've seen. It's full color BL. It's an interesting romance, and it's it has a little war practice. And the best part about it, it's not just an Omegaverse with smut, it's an Omegaverse with plot and smut. Okay? So you know it's good. And hot men. With shifters. One's a mythical shifter as well. Dragon shifter. Mage shifter? Oh, there's also a mage. Oh my god. There's just so much good of things about Smyrna and Capri. It's chef's kiss. Absolute chef's kiss, right? Oop, not me stepping on the thingy. So that's absolute chef's kiss, and it eats. Smyrna and Capri is also one of those mangas that I want to own in print so bad. Kind of like how, okay. This is for next week. And I will be talking heavy on this next week. But when I say I want to have that in print, I mean I want to have it in print. But we're going to talk about this next week. This, ooh, chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. But this week's manhwa recommendation is Smyrna and Capri by the Brothers Without Tomorrow. Okay, you don't understand. I love Brothers Without Tomorrow. They're one of my favorite authors when it comes to manhwas, because I'm sorry, but they eat. Whether it be Paramore, Bloodlink, again, these are all songs that I love, but yeah, they eat all the time. Bouncing off the topic of dragons, if you're not sure how to get into you want to get into fantasy, but you don't want to get into dark fantasy because you're not sure if you're ready for dark fantasy, but you want to try fantasy, but you don't want super sci-fi fantasy. The Simon Snow series, the Simon Snow's trilogy, is the one for you. It's a great easer into the fantasy realm of books. It's a great easer in that it follows Simon, Baz, Penelope, and what was her name? can't believe I forgot her name. Oh my god. I think her name starts with A, doesn't it? But like, it follows these 4 kids who go to Watford School of Magic, and it's not Harry Potter in the sense that, oh no, blah blah, but like, he is the chosen one, but in the most funny British way possible. Again, not like Harry Potter. Yes, there's magic, but it's not Harry Potter. It's just it's just like light fantasy, a touch of mythics, if you will, right? So Simon Snow finds out he's a chosen one, but actually, before this whole thing, he's an orphan. He then finds out that he's like the chosen one because the mage said so. Also, on this channel, we hate the mage. I don't care what the hell Davy was going through. The mage can just, we hate the mage. We strongly hate the mage. Okay? I don't care how nice he seems to Simon in the beginning, or if you're thinking, oh, he's just an absentee father who can't control his emotions. No. I don't care what kind of figure he is. We don't like the mage. The mage is like Dumbledore. There's no good to be seen. They both had armies. I swear to God, it's like kitschy, because they both had armies. Right? But anyways, so like the whole plot of this thing is that Simon's learning to be the chosen one. But as time and then there's Baz, and Simon suspects that Baz's a vampire. Now they're roommates, and there's this thing called the roommate anathema, where basically you can't harm your roommate within the room, or the anathema punishes you, right? So they can't fight in their room, but Simon has believed since like 7th year that Baz is a vampire. He is, but that's not the point. His name is Basilton. Of course he's a vampire, right? So the best part about all of this is that, as in book 1, they're enemies. In book 2, they're friends fighting for like what do you call it? They're friends fighting for like, I don't know what you may call it. Hold on. Okay. So in book 2, they're like, I think at that point they're friends to lovers. And in book 3, he's just like trying to make him understand. Listen. Okay. You just have to read it. I know. People say you just have to read it, and then they're like, oh, you just have to read it. But trust me when I say, it is top tier feels. Okay, and also, it is boys' love, but there's not only, because Simon is bisexual, because he was dating Agatha. That's her name, Agatha. Simon's bisexual. Baz is just gay and fighting for his life. Agatha thought she was straight. Let me tell you, baby had to, and Agatha went on her finding herself journey in, I think it was a book 2. No, in book 3, because book 3 is when they fight the group of vampire people. And, would you like to come through? I don't know how to like describe this without sounding like a crazy person. What is it now, Tom? But yeah, Simon defeats Dragon. He wanted to slay it, but then Baz was like, you don't have to kill everything, which is insane to me, because why not? I know. Ooh, controversy. But it was trying to blow fire and kill me. I mean, can you blame Simon for wanting to kill it? But, ooh, where was I? I'm looking at the books right now. They're like right here. I kid you not. Hold on. Let me just take you and put you in this. Right there. Anyway, the wind blows. Wayward Son and Carry On. Anyway, the wind blows is when he first has to fight. Sorry, Carry On's the first book. In Carry On, he fights the dragon, and he has to differentiate between his friendships, what's worth keeping, what's worth losing, what matters, and like trying to understand what's going on with the mage and what's going on with the world of magic, and the holes, and the humdrum. The humdrum's the villain. Trust me, you'll want to know about the humdrum. Wayward Son is when they go to America, because Penny has this big idea to go to America, and she can see her boyfriend, and then they can go visit Agatha, who's in California. Bad idea. Anyway, the wind blows. They're now home. they have they're now home back in the UK, and Simon lives with Penny in a flat, and Baz lives with his aunt in her flat because they're not ready to move in yet, and they're ready to move yet. And Simon feels like absolute garbage because of circumstances of what happened in book 2, which I'm not going to spoil. But he feels like absolute garbage in this, and trying to make Baz like leave him. And Baz is all like, no, you're forever mine, whatever. And also, this is the one where we find out that where Agatha decides and finally finds herself. This one. And she finally makes it through the gates, which is great, because after what happened in book 1, ooh, her making it through them gates, she really was brave for that. Penny's mom, at this point, is now in charge, but it's super, like, in this one, we get more explanations on how the universe here works, like, what are the settings, what are the movements, what are the expectations, and all that other like fancy good stuff, right? So we learn like how the world of magic works, why there are certain rules in place, how certain spells work, because when they went to America, the spells that they were using in the UK didn't work in America because spells are based on people. It's like how in Percy Jackson, the gods are influenced by Western culture. That's how spells work in this universe, right? So spells are basically everyday like phrases, idioms, saying, stuff like that, right? So for example, burn baby burn, that's from a song or like catchy whatever, that's a spell. I know, it's so weird. It's not none of those fancy words, whatever. It's just like literal, straightforward. The way it's written, you're like, yeah, this could exist, and we would never know. This is more realistic than Hogwarts. And before y'all jump down my throat and go, oh, blah, 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 you listen to me, okay? Hogwarts has a lot going on, and not a lot explained about what's going on. Some of them are left with like a lot of cliffhanging, and you gotta read like separate things, and like you gotta dig to find a lore, whatever. First Simon Snow series, I think Rainbow Rowell did this wonderful thing, and she does this wonderful thing where everything's explained. It might not be explained in the first book, but by the third book, all the plot points they pointed. Okay, full stop, period. There's like 1 or 2 cliffhangers, but it's not really cliffhangers per se. It's more like things for you to like. They're not cliffhangers at all. I shouldn't have said cliffhangers. They're like moments or like lines for you to think on, for you to like sit and like reminisce. For you to like sit and reminisce, and then like make your brain vibrate and think about it. You know what I mean? Like certain parts. So you can picture the following. Now, I own, I think it's called Rainbow Showers, which is this book of short stories. And there's like 1 or 2 questions that I do have. And because and if I ask them right now, you guys can be like, wait, who, what, where? But like, there is a need for me to know. And there's fanfics that like, end this part for us. But towards the end, it's like semi-explained, and we find out. Actually, no, I think I did get it answered. Because I was trying to remember whether or not we got the answer, and I think we did get the answer. I remember when I was rereading it, I was like, did we ever get an answer to this? And when I got to the third book, I was like, oh yeah, it did happen. So it's just me I'm sorry, I went off track. But Simon Snow series delivers. The art, the fan art, oh my god, the kitschy, the merch. I'm literally trying to get a Watford sweatshirt that says Watford Studio Maggies. I love me good merch. I love me anything that's like merch related to the actual product. If the book was good. Okay, here's the thing, right? When it comes to books, when it comes to me and books, and don't jump down my throat about this one, alright? For me to get a book, okay, if I'm in store, I'll buy a book because, ooh, pretty cover. I'm buying a book. Maybe I didn't even read the blurb, but if the cover's pretty, I'm buying it. Why? I judge a book by its cover.
Anything interesting?
We all do it. Don't look at me like that. We all judge a book by the cover. So don't start. But if there's a book that's been recommended or something like on TikTok or like Instagram or like I saw it somewhere and I was like, ew, this costs too much and I couldn't like I couldn't girl math my way into like making it make sense for me to purchase it, I'm gonna find a soft copy online somehow. Don't ask me how, but I'm gonna find it somehow. And I'm gonna read it, and if it's good, my brain just went, we liked that. Buy that. That's how my brain works, right? That's how my brain constantly works when it comes to books. So I soft copy slightly a copy and I read that. Or if I have a free credit, if I have like a credit like on my Audible account and the series is there, I'll click it. If I hate it, I start crying because I wasted a whole credit on something that could have been something else I would have loved. But that's like when I'm like literally somewhere and I like, my options are like, and I can't find it, but I can find it on Audible, I'll spend the money. But if I can find it in the soft copy version, I am reading the soft copy version. And if I like it, I'm buying it. If I don't like it, good thing I didn't buy it. Okay, so when I'm recommending a book that I own a physical copy of, I mean it. Okay, and there's books that I mean and I haven't bought physical copies of yet, but they're on my list of when I get rich and I can have my own personal library. Okay, so let me tell you right now. Simon Snow series, 9 out of 10. You're gonna go, oh, why not 10 out of 10? 9 out of 10. You will know why it's not 10 out of 10 when you read it. My only complaint that I really had about the Simon Snow series is the fact that none of the thingies match up. None of them match up. None of the I have 2 hardcovers and a paperback, and I've tried to find Carry On in hardcover, but and even the 2 hardcovers, they're not the same size. They're off by I kid you not, they're off by 1. Watch this rubbish. See, it's slightly off. Let me push it all the way right. So now this is not labeled. Hold on. No, it's not. This is labeled now. And it's off. And then this is the paper. And it's why would you do that to me? You know, it's why would you do that to me? If you hate me, just say that. It's not a lot for you to just admit that you don't like me. Right? That kind of stuff bothers me. But that's just me, because I got issues, so